I'm severe weather analyst Zach Tomaselli, and we're going to take a look at the evolution of a severe thunderstorm that did a lot of damage today across central Kansas. This is a normal situation that happens during the summer in Kansas. What happens is there's a lot of warm, moist air in Kansas in the summer. It gets up into the hundreds some days, and then basically as the warm air rises, it's so hot that it's capped. The warm air doesn't want to rise because there's no cold air above it. But once the evening sets in and cool air moves in, that's whenever the warm air rushes up and busts through the cap, and this is when the first storms explode. Usually it's only one or two cells, and this is basically the one cell. You can call it two cells. It kind of uh, separates a little bit, but this is when it first started. It had a tornado warning in the McPherson area. Let's zoom in and show you what it looked like then, and you can see in the velocity mode, very strong rotation. In fact, we had a tornado vortex signature and a tornado warning on this. But what really happened was the green, which is indicating the winds going towards the radar, was much stronger than the red. So it wasn't really rotating, it was just coming in straight down, um, straight line winds. And we had a lot of wind damage. Let's put this in motion now a little bit to the next step. And we can see it kind of exploded. And as it exploded, it kind of built a little north towards Salina. The hail really stayed in McPherson. McPherson just got a lot of rain, a lot of hail. And then we see this right here. Now, what is this? The storm kind of choked itself out, and when it did, it just kind of collapsed and produced what we call an outflow boundary. And this outflow boundary is indicated right here. You can see that just to the northern part of Harvey County and Reno County, just to the north of Hutchinson. And that's when the storm really started to begin to collapse. And as it did, again, that wind gust came through, and we had reports of 60-mile-per-hour winds, and that's going to be in Heston. And then we had, let's see, law enforcement reports a vehicle blown off the road 1 mile north of Mound Ridge. And then in McPherson, we had over 70-mile-an-hour winds. So this storm really sat there, and then once it decided to collapse, it kind of created it wasn't quite a microburst, but it was definitely an outflow. And then we see it in its final stages just really collapse, and now it's getting broader, less of a wind threat and more of just a rain threat. But again, it's slowly moving out of the McPherson area. So again, we see that evolution of a summer storm in Kansas, where at first it has very tight, strong rotation, then it collapses, and we still can see that outflow boundary right here moving into the northern parts of Wichita. Again, the winds probably aren't nearly as strong as they were up here where the vehicles were blown off the road, but we can see that evolution of a storm, and that's a typical thunderstorm in Kansas, and just a great example to show what happens in central Kansas in the summer. So again, I am severe weather analyst Zach Tomaselli. I just wanted to show you how that really works, and just wanted to show you this great radar image, great evolution of a storm, and definitely when you see one of these, you want to be inside, because at one point we had an 80-mile-per-hour wind gust, and you do not want to be near that. So again, severe weather analyst Zach Tomaselli. Have a great day.